Matt Gaetz be the FBI informant who tipped the DOJ to the fact that Donald Trump was in possession of top secret and classified documents? The American people deserve to know, and that's the question his primary opponent is asking in a recent campaign ad he put out. Let's watch.
When Donald Trump really endorses someone, he goes big. You've seen none of that for Lion Matt Gaetz. What does Trump know? Is Gaetz the informant? Gaetz hired Jeffrey Epstein's attorney. Another Epstein attorney approved the raid on Trump's house. Remember, Gaetz pressured Trump to give him a pardon, but Trump said no. Matt Gaetz puts himself first, ahead of Trump and ahead of you. Vote for a leader who will put America first. Vote for Marine Mark Lombardo.
I'm Mark Lombardo. I approve this message.
So there you have it, folks. Bernie Sanders' evil doppelganger is Mark Lombardo. Come on, come on. We all know it. You know it, I know it, the American people know it. It's very unfortunate. When I saw a screenshot of that campaign ad, I was like, Bernie? What?
Could you imagine? Bernie's
Look at the smile. They've got the same smile. It's crazy.
Maybe he's just trolling Matt Gaetz by pretending to run down in Florida.
Oh my God,
and he's like, oh, I got an idea, guys. He's like, Ari, Fez, come here. I got an idea. Let's run an ad saying Matt Gaetz not loyal enough to Trump.
Okay, so look, the one thing I just really want to emphasize here is Mark Lombardo in that ad tries to say like Matt Gaetz puts himself before Donald Trump. First of all, I doubt that's even true. Secondly, what is wrong with you guys? Like, it's like they're proud of being pathetic. Yeah, you should put yourself before Donald Trump. Why wouldn't you? Really? You think Donald Trump should come before family, yourself, God, the country? Like,
yeah, they do.
It's so sad. Like, there are words that I want to say that I can't say on the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So well, there's two components to that, right? So he's become their golden calf. So yeah, if Donald Trump came to a Republican voter, an average random Republican voter, and said, I want to sleep with your wife, I think they would be thrilled. They'd be like, oh yes, Donald Trump wants to have sex with my wife. Take her right away, please. If you want, I'll throw myself in, okay? So no, they worship him. They worship the lying, pathetic criminal ground that he walks on. But the second component is even more important. There's not even an appeal to the voters. Hey, we're gonna make your lives better. We're gonna give you health care. We're gonna make you more safe, whatever it is. They are appealing to Republican voters by saying, you're not at all important, but this son of a bitch hasn't kissed Donald Trump's ass enough. He's only halfway up his sphincter. I will be fully up his sphincter, this doppelganger says.
It's just
Lombardo. He sounds like he'd be fully up his sphincter.
No offense to the other good Lombardos out there, okay? I know they exist, but like Mark Lombardo, like just clown of all clowns. I mean, it takes someone really special though. We gotta give him credit. Someone super special to out cringe Matt Gaetz.
Yeah.
Because Lombardo did it with this ad. Now, Mark Lombardo, a Maine combat veteran, bills himself as an America First conservative. No, that's unacceptable. America First conservative?
Trump first.
Trump first, then America, okay. Maybe.
No, maybe. You know what? Let's sell America's secrets as long as Trump gets the money.
Yeah.
Trump first.
You can't be America First while also supporting a man who took home with him top secret classified documents pertaining to America's nuclear weapons that he was possibly thinking about selling to foreign governments. That ain't America First, Lombardo. Like,
besides which, America is about equality and justice. At least it's supposed to be. They hate the idea of equality and justice.
Absolutely. So let me continue with that graphic. On his site, Lombardo's site, he accuses Gaetz of repeatedly showing poor judgment. Well, that's true. And putting his political interests ahead of yours. That's also true. So the second half of that, totally accurate. Lombardo, we see each other on that. However, everything else you're pretty much wrong on. Now, the timing of the ad is interesting because right now, the Republican Party, along with its base, they're furious about the FBI raid at Mar-a-Lago. They want to find out who the FBI informant is the individual who tipped off the DOJ about Trump's possession of those classified documents. But there's no evidence indicating that Matt Gaetz is that guy. Like, in fact, if you pay close attention to the ad that Lombardo put out, it's like, this lawyer happens to work at a law firm where another lawyer did this. It's like, and Jeffrey Epstein. Therefore, Matt Gaetz might be the FBI informant. And I don't know, some people, they might just fall for it, who knows?
No, there's another amazing part of that. Matt Gaetz is accused of sleeping with an underage girl. Lombardo does not use that against him.
He doesn't care, who cares?
No, but he says, but he is connected to an Epstein attorney and a former Epstein attorney, which is not exactly accurate, but a former Epstein attorney, he says, ordered the raid on the FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago. So who cares that Matt Gaetz is potentially sleeping with underage girls and is using Epstein's lawyer in regards to the underage girls? No one cares. But it might be connected to the raid. He's betrayed Donald Trump. That's a serious crime. Can you believe what he's doing? Whereas he will be the full Lombardo, all the way up Trump's ass.
Oh my God, it's so pathetic, man. So many men in line to be unmanned by a massive buffoon, Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it. It's both amusing and entertaining, but also very, very sad. Because you want to talk about the so-called pussification of men. That's what we hear from like the Tucker Carlsons of the world, right? And then they blame the feminists for it. But you guys are volunteering. Like they're raising their hands like, no, I can be the biggest one. I can be the biggest one.
Yeah, I mean, it's so true. I mean, another word they use is wussification, right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, the wussification of men in America. No, men aren't men anymore. Donald Trump, is he on? Oh my God, I love Donald Trump. Oh, I'll do anything for him. Oh, please step on me, Donald Trump. Sit on me, please sit on me. Okay, you guys are the thing that you're afraid of. And that's really, all it is a battle of their own insecurity that they're projecting onto the world.
Absolutely, that's absolutely correct. Okay, so Matt Gaetz has hit back at Lombardo on this and says, through a statement, through his campaign, President Trump has endorsed Congressman Gaetz, has praised him profusely. He loves me more. He loves me more. Daddy loves me more.
Oh, I'm up further than Europe. I see you behind me in the anus. Oh, you're right there. I'm in
Daddy, that's all I see. That's all I hear. Okay, has praised him profusely as recently as 10 days ago at CPAC, and is sending his son Don Jr. to Pensacola to campaign for Gaetz. Mark Lombardo's campaign lacks events, supporters, energy, and truthfulness. His defeat next Tuesday will leave him $1 million poor and rightfully humiliated. And Lombardo wanted to strike back at that statement. Matt Gaetz is a hypocrite and nothing but a me-first professional politician who entangled himself in a child sex trafficking investigation.
Oh, finally, okay.
And then sought a pardon for any and all crimes to keep himself out of jail. It's not surprising he used his campaign donors' money to pay pedophile Jeffrey Epstein's attorney. Maybe he had that child sex trafficking allegation in his back pocket. He's like, you want to come for me? Trump loves me more.
It was super last thing. The difference between the Republican Party and Democratic Party is amazing. In the Republican Party, they're like, pedophile, doesn't love Trump enough, a traitor to America, he sleeps with little girls, right? On the Democratic side, the entire national media made a big deal out of Nina Turner nodding her head while Killer Mike said that Jim Clyburn didn't get a good enough deal from Biden. And they're like, can you imagine how outrageous of Nina Turner? What a scandal. Can you believe she nodded her head at a slight offense of a random congressperson? This is outrageous. Democrats, you can't ever have anyone fight back. But wait a minute, the Republicans rip each other apart, and what happens? They win all the time. Apparently, brutal primaries are a great thing, but on our side, no. The press tells you, bow your heads and never fight against the Democratic establishment.
So finally, how is Matt Gaetz performing against Lombardo? As you can imagine, Matt Gaetz is in the polls beating Lombardo as we speak. However, don't worry, Okay, for those of you who might be fans of Bernie Sanders' evil doppelganger, the Lombardo campaign said an internal poll shows Lombardo up from 0 to 24% in 4 weeks.
I would have left a 0 out. I would have said, hey, we're up 24 points in 4 weeks, but Lombardo went to full Lombardo.
You know what?
And he's like, okay.
You go for it, Lombardo.
I was a 0, okay, fine, I was a 0, okay, but I'm up to 24 after I put in a lot of money and called the other guy a pedophile. Okay, now I say he didn't kiss Trump's ass enough. That's the biggest crime in America, okay?
I got Matt Calamari on my side, okay? No, that's not true. His name was Matt Calamari, right?
Yeah. That was something from the first start.
Yeah,
anyways.
I ruined it.
No.